Welcome back to Twitter in the Classroom. Tonight, I'd like to get us started in Twitter chats. So, I'm logged into Twitter, and the Twitter chat is when you take a hashtag, which is given towards a particular subject matter or group of teachers, and everyone connects using that hashtag. Questions are asked and answered through Twitter. Now you can do this using the regular old Twitter feed here, but I find it easier to use something called TweetDeck. And so tweetdeck.twitter.com makes it easiest for me to be able to follow along on my Twitter chat. Now, when I started this up, I just had to log in using my Twitter account information, and I've added a few different columns. Here's my home screen, which is exact same as what you would see here. This is just me. This is just the things that I have tweeted out. I have some scheduled tweets, which is one thing I like about using TweetDeck. My notifications, and here is a Twitter chat that I followed along with not too long ago, the Scratch Ed chat. And you can see here that we have different people who have been following this, and you'll see as we go along that people will use this to actually answer and ask questions, and you'll see what that looks like. Usually I'm scrolling through here, but I don't see any from the Twitter chat. Oh, here's one. Question 5, that's what the question was, and then when you go to answer, you would put answer A5, answer it, and then you hashtag whatever the chat is about. So I'm going to actually add a column, and I'm going to search, and tonight's topic we're going to do is the Ed Tech chat. So I'm going to add this column, and right here we'll be following along in this third column that we see on my screen, which is all the way over. It's actually my 6th column, and you'll notice that so far people have not really asked any questions because it hasn't started yet. It starts in just a few minutes. While we're waiting for the EdTech chat to begin, I'd like to show you a website that has all kind of educational Twitter chats. And so I just Googled education Twitter chats, and this was the first option. It's a really long URL, sites.google.com, site, Twitter, education chats, and then this is the calendar. And what you'll see is for today, you'll see all of the different Twitter chats going on. And if I click on the week, I can see all of them this week, and I can click on the month. What might be a little bit easier is if you click on official chat list, and it will give you the day of the week and what chats are available. Waiting for it here to load, and if it doesn't load in just a few seconds, I'm going to move back over to the TweetDeck to look at our Twitter chat. So I have found when I've come to look at this page, I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page. I've noticed that sometimes there it is. It needs refresh and doesn't work super well as far as coming up. Usually I have trouble with the calendar, but not the list. So you'll see here, look at all of these Twitter chats around all kind of different topics. If you're looking for a particular topic, this can be kind of a lot to read through. What you can do is if you Command F on the Mac or Control F on the Windows computer, you'll get a little find up here. So I typed in technology, and I just click here, and right there it is, the EdTech chat, which is what we're going to be doing in just a few moments. So you can find what you're looking for using keywords. Again, that was Command F for the Mac or Control F for your Windows computer. Let's go back to the TweetDeck. And if you look here, it says, okay, folks, welcome to the EdTech chat. Let's find out what new teachers need to know. State your name and where you're from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet up here. I'm going to have this open as well, so I'm going to scroll that, and I'm going to say, I'm Rob from Ohio. And what I have to make sure I do is that I add the Ed Tech Chat to my tweet that I'm about to send. And tweet that out. You'll see here's mine popped up right there. And a lot of people will be adding here, so we're just going to sit back here and just kind of watch what's going to happen. This video is only going to be lasting probably another 4 or 5 more minutes. I'm not going to go through the whole hour, but I want you to see the first round of questions and how it goes. So you can see right now you can start to connect with people because you're looking at what they teach, where they're from, and that really helps you decide, do I want to follow some of these individuals? Is this something I might want to connect with to ask some questions about what they're doing? I find that this is a really, really wonderful way just to get to meet people that you would never have ever come in contact with because of they're so far away where their location is. I have also found that sometimes teachers will be kind of signing in from all over the world. I'm seeing a lot of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, a lot of people on the East Coast. This might help that this is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It might be a little bit too early for West Coast individuals. So just usually the Twitter chats will start off with an introduction, introduce who you are, where you're from. So kind of give this a few more moments. And as you saw on the list, on the official chat list, that other site that I posted, there are a lot of different Twitter chats going on. Tons and tons of them. And if you don't see which one that you're looking for, Google it. Maybe it's one that you'll need to start yourself. One that I found was very interesting was there's a book chat, book talk. So if you want to do a little book club through Twitter, you can do that. If you can't, if there's a book that you're reading and you want to throw that out there. Okay, so I see some Arkansas here. That's kind of fun. Moving a little bit toward the west. Chattanooga. Okay, keep it coming. We're going to keep it coming here. So it is 5 after, so I'm hoping that pretty quickly they post the first question. A lot of times you'll find that the Twitter chat will have a guest moderator, so someone who will be asking the questions, trying to keep the chat going. And a lot of time you'll find that it will be timed, so they'll have question 1, 5 after the hour, give it a couple minutes or 5 minutes maybe, question 2, and so on and so forth. So that way there's plenty of time to answer, but at the same time it continues to move along. As you can see, this lots of people are kind of connecting here. I can't even guess how many people have added their name. What I do like is if you can't get to a chat, I could keep this column open, and next Monday, they have it every Monday, next Monday night, if I can't get in and be part of it, I can still look and see what they have answered to the questions just by getting in here and scrolling. So, and that's why I like that you see, as I showed you on the Scratch Ed Chat, that you'll see a question and answer. So while we're waiting for the question over on the right, I'll scroll down. I don't remember the last time this had one, because is question 6. What other questions do you have about hosting a meetup? This was the Scratch Ed Chat was about Scratch meetups where you would get together to have a Scratch day, which is Scratch is a type of graphical programming. So I do that, and I can just look right above it and just look at the answers. And so I don't really have to be on right at that time. I can just look later at that hashtag, and I can get a lot of information even when I'm not available. Because, like I said, there's so many, goodness sakes, you wouldn't be able to stay connected. All you would do is be on Twitter all the time. So people are still giving their welcomes, introducing themselves. Now, I do have to say I've tried doing this on Twitter. So as we're waiting real quick, I'm going to go back to Twitter, and I'm going to search for the EdTech chat. And the problem is I will see, as this loads, I will see what people are tweeting. I'm going to do live here. But I noticed that I also get other things in between. It's just hard for me to follow. I feel like it doesn't flow like the TweetDeck does. So that's why I'm going to go back to the TweetDeck and hoping that it will start soon. Again, searching these hashtags and following through Twitter chats, great way to go through professional development. A lot of times your professional development is geared around a particular topic. And here's question 1. This topic with EdTech Chat, we're basically having a discussion with people around the world. Same thing you might do in professional development. When you are in college or a teacher prep program, how was tech modeled for you? Oh, good question. So I'm thinking here. So I'm stretching my brain, trying to get some thoughts in there, because if you're a new teacher, these are things that that new teachers would want to know. So actually, I don't even have a good question or a good answer to this question, to tell you the truth, because when I was in college, in my teacher prep program, we barely used computers. So I'm just putting my tech was modeled by a professor showing us how to use productivity tools such as Microsoft Works and Claris Works. I forgot to put answer one. Here, I'm too busy. So I didn't even see my answer, my post. Look at all the answers. So it was modeled when I was doing my student teaching. Technically, it was a separate class. There was no integration except. Oh, it's true. So as you can see, people are answering. I was a very bad Twitter chat participant because and I didn't even put the sorry about that. I didn't even put. I'm gonna delete this because I didn't even put the hashtag. So here I am. I'm a horrible Twitter chat person. So I'm going to do this again. So answer one. Tech was a separate class. Did not learn how to integrate. And I need to make sure I put hashtag EdTechChat. There we go. Okay. And you can see how fast people are answering. So that's basically what a Twitter chat looks like. Besides getting the welcomes and introducing yourself, you have a question, you go through the answer, and hopefully if you're not like me and being a little distracted by what's going on the screen, you'll remember to put the answer one and also the EdTech chat. So I hope that this is giving you just a small glimpse of what the Twitter chats can do for you as you go through, and it just builds from here. So this will go on for an hour, and a lot of times I've noticed people will continue to talk and chat even though the official chat is over. So I hope that you've learned a lot through the Twitter in the classroom. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at @TechLane. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. And I'd love to just get you into the Twitter world, learning, growing as a professional, and also communicating with parents and your students. Thanks for following along.